So, as promised, I am here today to give a very short and sweet review of Blue Lock the movie Nagi episode. So, yesterday the movie officially came out in select theaters, June 28th. So, if you guys haven't been able to watch the movie, and I think they open it up a day early, so Thursday on June 27th. But if you haven't, I would say go and watch the movie if you can. I don't know when it's going to be uploaded on Crunchyroll, but the reason I say that is it's a good buffer in between from the first season and then the second season, which is going to be released this October. And just like if you guys don't know, it's instead of 24 episodes, it's going to be 14. And the reason can be for right after the last season came out and ended in March of 2023 last year, they started working on the movie. Now, since they were working on the movie and the anime, it's probably more understandable why the anime doesn't have as many episodes, despite the manga having over 200 chapters at this point, if I am correct. I have not touched the manga. I am going to touch it after the second season. So, that being said, like I said, if you want to, go and watch the movie because it'll help you to remind you of the events of the first season, and it'll get you prepared when the second season does drop. Of course, I'm going to be listen, I was there for October 2022 to March 2023. That was my Kuroko no Basque. Okay, the moments where I was jumping out of my seat. Okay, animation wise, I'll give y'all right here rundown. The animation was practically like season one. The only time the animation was uptick or uptick, whatever that word is, was more so not even the gameplay. It was simple slice of life moments. So when Nagi and Rayo, because the movie, the best way to describe it, the movie was from the perspective of Nagi and how he viewed about his daily life before he met Rayo, and then eventually joining into the Blue Lock Project, right? Prescribed by Ego in order to create the number one ego striker for Japanese official soccer team for them to go to the World Cup and for Japan to finally win the World Cup FIFA, right? So the movie is more so from Nagi's perspective, but you also get Rayo's perspective. So I will say there is spoilers, which I'm not going to go into detail, but I will say this. There have been several characters that have been introduced, new characters. Okay, and if you remember from season one, they did this little fun thing at the end of each episode, overtime. They did do that in the movie because, mind you, when the credits started to roll, I had to run immediately to the restroom to go use it. And then by the time I come back, in my head while I'm in the restroom, I'm thinking, oh, there's probably credits playing on. It kept bugging me. So after I used it, I went right back into the theater room and it was playing. So I'm not going to tell you what the end credits so much are, but there are new characters. I don't know their names. I just only saw the movie yesterday, so I don't remember their names. But I do know how they look like. So that's only the biggest major spoiler I can give you, is that new characters were introduced and you will definitely see them in season 2, okay? Mind you, season 2 also is focusing on the U20 arc, which ended in season 1. So, like I said, going back to what I'm saying, is that the movie is from the perspective of Nagi. Mind you, there were several funny moments of Nagi that we didn't really, we did get in season 1, but it was way more funny. Because when I say this kid, if you ever watch Kuroko no Basque, and you know Murasaki Bara Atsushi, he's lazy. And he just loves snacks. Nagi now, it's him but worse. Even eating is a problem. Eating is a hassle. Even breathing is a hassle. Him working his legs I never knew Nagi was this funny. I will say this is that what surprised me the most about this, because this movie was adapted from the novel of the same name, Nagi episode, I believe. It was a Blue Lock Nagi novel. So again, like I said, this movie focused more on Nagi, joining Blue Lock, he was recruited by Rayo. And Rayo being impressed by his movements, because Nagi never participated in anything. He just wants to play his video games and take a nap. And Rayo being fascinated that Nagi has natural skills and reflexes of a genius soccer player, recruited him. I will say this, that something we did not see from season 1, because season 1 is more, well, overall Blue Lock is more from the perspective of Isagi wanting to become one of the best strikers in Japanese soccer or Japanese football. This movie showed us that, like, when these two joined their soccer team at their high school, they faced up against one of the top schools in their prefecture that won the championship. Easy. Rayo using his connections to bribe the team. If that's a spoiler, I'm so sorry. But nonetheless, you saw how these two started off really, the way they start to come together. One thing I will say is for Rayo, which was very interesting, something I did not see in season 1 in terms of how he perceived a lot of things when it came to Nagi. It's just that, like, I know a lot of people at the time were making fun, saying, yo, he's breaking up with his boyfriend, but it goes way more deeper than that. I'm not going to go too much. I did kind of give a spoiler, so I'm so sorry. But it goes way more deeper into the psyche of how Rayo feels about Nagi in this movie. And you can only get that perspective of him if you watch this. Because in season 1, it would just seem like, you know, the way that Rayo is acting was just, why? Now, this movie may make you still think that way, but at the same time, it may make you feel a little more appreciative, and it may make you understand Rayo a little bit more. For Nagi now, Nagi surprised me, because the anime only gave you a little bit on how he feels about soccer. But boy, oh boy, like, I'm expecting to see this character development more in the second season, because in all honesty, we all just think like, okay, he's a genius and he gets a little excited when he's with a challenge and everything, right? The movie does go a little bit more in depth to that. So I do like the fact that with this movie, if Nagi is your favorite character and Rayo is your favorite character, this movie, and on top of that, you want to just relive the entirety of season 1 but from a different character's outlook, then yes, this movie is definitely for you, because it just summarizes everything basically in an hour and 30 minutes. But also at the same time, from the very beginning of season 1, episode 1, when they all went in, all 300 players, high school players, all were congregated in that room that Eigo was giving the speech about the Blue Lock project and so on and so forth. That's where you met some of the new characters, and again, you're going to see them at the very end. Again, the animation was practically, the 3D CGI was still prominent in the movie. I think with Blue Lock, you get hype over the trash talking, and when they get excited about getting a goal, and the tactics and strategies they use on how to get about with their opponents and everything, and just these guys going beastly on each other. But in terms of actual play, it's still like season 1. It didn't improve much, and the fact that the staff that was working on the movie is also still working on season 2, I would not go into season 2 in particular with any high hopes that the animation has improved significantly. Don't do it. Don't do it. I think I mentioned when season 1 was still ongoing, I'm not too sure, but I low-key did wish that Blue Lock was animated by Production IG, because they did phenomenal with Kuroko and Haikyuu, even though I didn't really fully watch it. And I think, did they do Hajime no Ippo, or was that Madhouse? I'll have to look that one up again. But for what it's worth, Blue Lock is still a fun series to watch and or read. still gets you at the edge of your seat, still gets you hyped up. I think also with the fact that FIFA was ongoing during 2022, it just those levels. So we'll see when it comes to October. And also we were introduced to the Zesty Shindo at the end of season 1. He show? Yes, he did show. He did make his appearance again at this. So again, like I said, this movie was more of a summarization, but from the perspective, first point of view of Nagi, and sometimes at times Reo, with the introduction of new characters as well. And again, like I said, this is a good buffer and reminder of the entirety of season 1, just to get you prepared for season 2. So overall, personally to me, I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. Quite literally, I give it. It's still enjoyable. It was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything outwardly. It's pretty much everything that we've already seen, but new angles, right? And again, like I said, it's good for just a reminder. So if you guys are planning to go and watch this movie, I would say go into it with not that high expectations, but just go there to just be able to see Blue Lock again, but on a big screen, and just, you know, be ready for when season 2 drops. Of course, if you are a manga reader, no spoilers whatsoever or anything of that sort. Don't tell us what's happening before season 2, because those comments will be gone before you know it. If you guys have yet to watch Blue Lock, what are you waiting for? Please go do it before October hits. If you already watched season 1, are you going to rewatch it again to prepare for season 2? And who is going to watch the movie? If you are, do drop in the comments down below. And I'm Kim-chan, and all the links are in the description box. And I will see you guys later. Bye! With